So Monday, 1st of January 2024. Welcome to the new year. How cool is that? Very good. So, very nice. Here I am, northwest Wales. Very good. Now, New Year's resolutions. What's that all about? Now, nothing wrong with them setting goals, especially if I've got clarity and focus, and know what you want in life, know what you're building and working towards. By all means, great. Action, execution, very important. But the only thing with them is, let's expand the logic and raise the stakes. Nice phrase. It's too short term. You're just thinking 1 year. Now, 1 year is better than, say, 6 months. Better than, say, 3 months, by all means. But 1 year in the grand scheme of things, in life, 1 year really isn't very much. So what I personally am trying to do, and I'm not sure how exactly to do this, but the ambition is there, the desire, is rather than have a 1 year goal, have, say, multiple year goal, like a 5-year plan, for example. I want to be at X stage in 5 or so years. Very nice. So, but the question then is, what exactly to set in 5 years? How to reverse engineer it to get there? What kind of things would I need? How can I break those goals down? Things like that. Because nothing wrong with having goals, which is fine, but we want to be, I suspect, we want to be, I know I want to be, but we want to be, we ought to be, thinking longer term as opposed to just 1 year. It's like 5 years would be like, I want to get to the car park, but 1 year would be just taking a step, one step at a time, without any specific direction in mind. Now, you're going to get somewhere by all means, but I just feel and sense, suspect and have a hunch, it's better to have 3, 5 and 10 year goals as opposed to 1 year goal. The more the merrier. So then it's a question of, how do you define those goals? How do you know what to do? That's totally subjective. And I always tend to say, in these videos in this channel, clarity. We want clarity what we want and what we don't want in life. Great. So the more clarity we have, the easier we can set those 5-year goals. Very nice. The easier we can create those tasks, what to do. And I guess then it's a question of reverse engineering, as I mentioned earlier. I want this, so then in 5 years you get that, then you work your way back today. And then action. I realised over the past 24 or so hours how important just taking action is. Focused, controlled action and disciplined action, knowing what to do. Action where you know what's happening is damn important. I think I underestimated that. I still took it into consideration, but I think I underestimated it. But action, as in working towards something with a goal and purpose and discipline as well. Discipline and foresight as well, I'd say. In a sense of knowing what you want and working towards it and building towards it. Damn important, basically. Very important. So then I was thinking, well, rather than a 1 year goal, why not 3 or 5 years? Yeah. Now I need to sit down and think what those goals could be over the next 3-5 years. By all means, okay. Planning takes time. All right. Sport for choice. But that's the way I think. It's a bit more. There's a great tweet I saw a few months ago. The person with the longest time horizon wins. Very nice. So then I think, look at that sun. So then I think, rather than having a 1 year goal, why not have a 3 or 5 year goal? Thus the point of this video. But then how? What kind? I will need to sit down and think about this personally. In general. I've got some vague ideas, but I need to be more precise, more actionable. There's this great, what was it again? There's this great way of breaking down goals. The Moscow system: must, should, could, would, and SWOT: strengths, threats, opportunities, and I can't remember. There was a way of quantifying this. Goals: actionable and measurable, and realistic and timely, something like that. I can't remember. But that's the methodology. That's something else. But overall, I just think a 1 year goal is fine. Let's expand the logic, raise the stakes. 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Now that's a bit different, because thinking on that kind of long time frame, 3 and 10 years, is completely different from 1 or 3. or no, 10 or 20 years is different from, say, 1 or 3 or 5. But I think by getting into that habit of thinking long term, you're more likely to win, to put it bluntly, because you're thinking much more into the future, because time never stops for anyone. So then it's a question of how are you handling that time? How are you managing that time? What are you doing with your time? You tell me, that's the question. Yeah. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the beach in 5 or so years? Well, it's all out there, waiting to be achieved. It's a question of clarity and action, I guess. Yeah. And that's something I want to develop in myself. The thinking ability to think in 3 and 5 and 10 year times, as opposed to, say, 1 or 2 year times. But okay, fair enough. Now, otherwise, New Year's resolutions. Why just 1 year? That's a nice title. It is. New Year's resolutions. Why 1 year? Why not 2 or 3 or 5 years? Ooh, watch out for the water. There we are. Yeah. These videos. There's no post processing here, no editing. It's all raw. So otherwise, you'll see me tomorrow.